We're exploring S.C.Sayles' paper called Time and Times, The Architecture of Temporality in Logos-Centered Chronosophy. I know, that's a loaded title, right? But what's this paper all about? Why is it significant? And honestly, why should you care? Alright, so I think the central question Sayles is digging into is this. What is time anyway? I mean, is it an endless loop? Is it a one-way arrow? Is it something we make up in our minds? Or is there some grand purpose behind it all? Like, why do we even care about where time comes from or where it's going? Sayles isn't just thinking out loud, he's pulling from all sorts of places, philosophy, theology, even modern physics, but the real focus is this. He argues that time isn't just a background thing, existing forever. Rather, time is a created thing, set within what he calls the informational D field, and I guess we can call that I delta F Sayles, places this whole architecture within a logos framework. Now, logos, if you're not familiar, means reason or word, and has some deep roots in Christian theology as referring to Christ. Sayles crisscrosses a lot of cultures. He looks at Mesopotamia, Egypt, Greece, Rome, Israel, all these ancient civilizations, and he's noticing a pattern. Some civilizations see time as a cycle, over and over like seasons. Others see time as a line, a beginning, a middle, an end. But what's super interesting is that, according to Sayles, the biblical tradition sees time as covenantal. That's a lovely word, isn't it? It means time is shaped by relationships and promises, not just mindless repetition or cold progress. One of the core distinctions Sayles makes, focusing in on the biblical view, is the split between chronos and kairos. Chronos is the normal ticking time, like your clock or calendar. Kairos, that's decisive time, the moments that really change things. It's a concept from Greek, but in this context, it's the idea of a special appointment, a turning point. Like, if your life were a movie, Kairos would be the big plot twists. To illustrate, Sayles gives this neat computer game analogy. Imagine you're inside a sprawling video game. Chronos is just the in-game time. You're wandering around, talking to NPCs, making choices. But Kairos, that's when you hit a boss battle or achieve a huge story reveal, moments baked into the fabric of the game. Even though you can roam freely, those points, those Kairos moments, are set by the game designer. According to Sayles, in human life, chronos is our daily experience, but kairos are those moments where he suggests the divine steps in. As for methods, Sayles does this big historical sweep. He really goes through the ancient world and then pulls in thinkers like Augustine, Boethius, into the medieval period, up through the Reformation, and then modern science, Newton, Einstein, quantum physics. The goal seems to be, synthesizing, seeing if there's a way to tie linear and cyclical time, experience and purpose, eternity and change, together in one vision. And for Sayles, it all comes back to that logos-centered chronosophy, that time has structure, meaning, and direction, because it's, in his view, rooted in the logos. Remember, I'm not endorsing this, just sharing the ideas. Why does this matter for you? I suppose the big idea is, hey, maybe time isn't a meaningless loop or an unchangeable fate. Perhaps it's a framework where your choices matter, and where some bigger story is unfolding, maybe even one with ultimate hope or purpose. Even for people who aren't religious, thinking about a time as both routine and full of decisive, life-altering moments, well, that's kind of empowering, isn't it? Actually, bit of a side note, who else finds it wild that no matter what field you're in, if you dig deep enough, you end up having to ask, what is time? Like, physicists basically invent new kinds of clocks every century, and philosophers write books that end up asking if time is even real. Imagine trying to file that as a patent. Anyway, wrapping up, Sayles' paper is a big attempt to give time structure and meaning, blending science, philosophy, and theology. He invites us to see time not just as something passing by, but as architecture, maybe even a kind of cosmic design,